Sometimes we support certain politicians overlooking their subterfuge ways. Organization leaders tend to back the ideas of callow subordinates, fully aware that smarter ones exist. Parents are more disposed to their younger children despite their antics. You could quote several examples where viscerally you know that you're not making the best choice when caught in a quandary. At the heart of these issues lie association bias, which we are oblivion to. This bias unconsciously distorts our decision making and the subsequent choices we make. Let's recall the marathon event and see what it has to teach us. In the year 490 BC, a battle took place in Marathon, that is 45 kilometers or 25 miles away from the mainland Greece. The Greeks defeated their enemies in the battle and wanted to announce the victory to the Greeks. Since the soldiers were worn out from the battle, they found a young man with athletic build to deliver the message as quickly as possible. The messenger ran all the way from Marathon and announced the victory to the mainland Greece. He became an overnight hero. He was rewarded with gold and marriage proposals for his feat. Today, marathon is a popular sport and is a test of one's physical and mental fitness. As you listen to the legend of marathon, you would be surprised to know that it is common for us to be carried away by the travails of the sport that we miss out on the veritable facts. The messenger received inordinate rewards in comparison to the soldiers in the battlefield. By announcing the victory, did the messenger mask the glory deserved by the soldiers? Did the messenger do it on purpose or it just happened? This is our subject for discussion. The unsettling answers to all these questions direct us to association bias. Unconsciously, we allude the victory or defeat to the one presenting the message, just like the marathon runner who took the major credit of the victory upon himself from the soldiers in the battleground. For the Greeks, the marathon runner was more a patriot than the soldiers. This did not happen on purpose because association bias happens without our conscious thought. This is what we call association bias because we associate the goodness or the badness of the happening with the person delivering the message. Let's consider a couple of layman's examples. We associate godmen and preachers as closer to God or divine because they preach and quote from holy books. We hear of rules and regulations being flaunted in certain part of the country and allude that people from that part of the country are unruly. Now that we have a fair understanding of the bias, let's see how association bias distorts businesses. Like the kings of old who are interested in listening to the victories, the business leaders of today are interested in knowing the results while turning a blind eye towards efforts. The desire for information reporting or business analytics, as popularly known today, is deep rooted that information gathering and reporting is adored over the efforts of the grassroots. People who report information with business analytics are perceived as champions and not the grassroots who face the ground realities. Thus, association bias distorts focus from the grassroots to the messengers. It also distorts the reward programs by creating disparities. The messengers are rewarded more than the warriors. To know if your organization is distorted by association bias, you can ask questions like: are we overtly dependent on the messengers or information reporters while taking decisions, or do we include the grassroots also? Does the management have direct channels of communication with the grassroots? Is the organization rewarding the grassroots in proportion to the messengers? Does the organization measure and reward the right efforts while the focus is on results? Answering these questions will set the perspectives right. Association bias also impedes the personal effectiveness of leaders. We like to surround ourselves with people who share only good information because of the unconscious association bias. We perceive it as a threat when confronted by bad information. As a result, subordinates are acquiesced into manipulating and masking bad information. There are some ways of avoiding association bias. The first step is to assume that we are subject to association bias by asking questions like, do I enjoy being surrounded by people who only bring good information? Do I punish or ignore people bringing bad information? If you answered yes, you need to realize that you are rewarding the messenger while silencing the soldiers. And if your soldiers did not fight, you would not have the victory in the first place.